Week 1. We are alive. Every Sunday morning, we're going to be doing a light little live stream like this. The first 10-15 minutes will be opened up to just Big Dog members, the private Q&A for y'all. And then 20 minutes in or so, we'll open it up to the public. We'll let the floodgates take us away. It's week 1. God damn it, it feels good. I haven't been this psyched up for an NFL season to start in quite a while, man. I'll tell you what, and I want to go through some maybe of the big names or the big problems that we see early on in week 1 because we're already dealing with the bullshit. This is what happens. Week 1 hits and the anxiety goes up. All the stuff we thought was going to happen goes down. Everything gets out of control. The one thing we can control right now is this free square, okay? Underdog, if you are not yet signed up on their platform, they'll give you a free square no matter when you sign up, actually. So they have a Saquon one running right now where literally all he has to do is put up 1 yard on Sunday Night Football, and you will win. Free square. Free square means free, okay? You know what else is free? If you go on their platform and it's your first time depositing money on there and you use our code BDGE, they're going to hit you with a 100% deposit match. So throw down 10, you'll have 20, and then you could hit this, and you'll have 90, all right? So we'll keep that on the screen for a while. We'll throw some questions up in the top right. Can we have some people ask some questions before we get into the weather? We're going to talk about some injuries and whatnot. I hope I did not keep this private by accident. I think we're good. Okay. Greg, let me throw you up. Oh, God, I formatted that perfectly. What's up, Greg? Good morning, dude. Followed the Thursday underdog play from you and the crew. Easy cash. Yeah. We'll go through all my underdog plays for the day. I've already put in like 7 slips for you guys. Trail, don't trail. Trail mix it up. Do whatever you want. But I've got a lot of plays. We've got a lot of money on the line today. So the first things first, one of my favorite resources in the game, one of my favorite resources in the entire game is this. This is not going to be a good switch over, so give me a second to toy with some things. One of my favorite resources in the games is Roto Grinders weather app. Okay, so if you go to rotogrinders.com/weather/NFL, they have this chart basically where they give you the weather for all the games. Anyone that looks like it's going to have rain or some storms or whatever, they'll highlight in green. They're not too concerned about it. Yellow's a little more cautious. So you're looking at things like the Raiders at Denver, a decent shot of running into at least some rain. I'll call it off and on showers, wind around 10 miles an hour. The yellow is like, you should note it, but it's probably not something worth switching players out of your lineup for. Right now, it seems like there's no real problem when it comes to weather for any of the games today, which is fantastico news. As that hits like November, December, we see orange and red just scattered everywhere. It's gross. And those are things that we really have to take into account, all right? Weather matters, just not really in September or October. So I'd go check out that resource, rotogrinders.com/weather/NFL. Greg, Higbee or Chig? So I really like Higbee this week, just based on the fact that Cooper Kupp's going to be out. And I don't really know who else is going to catch passes there. The Rams play at Seattle. Seattle, I expect to put up a lot of points on the Rams because the Rams don't have a great pass defense. They don't have a great defense overall. They have about one good defensive player overall. Goes by the name of Aaron Donald. You might have heard about him. So with that, I think Seattle puts up a lot of points. I think Stafford's going to have to attempt 35 to 40 balls. I like Puka. I don't like Van. I don't like anyone in this offense, all right? So Higbee seems like a dude who's kind of penciled in for 8 targets, whereas Chig feels like the opposite. You're hoping that he gets 5 or 6. So give me Higbee there. What else do we got going on right now? Let's get back to the main screen. Oh, I got to figure out a way to just have everything formatted beautifully. Anybody else in here with some questions besides Greg? Greg's getting his money's worth here. Bijan over under line today. Is that what you guys said? 242 yards? Yep. Lock it in. I might just open this thing up to the public right now. Justin, what's good, baby? How we doing? Good morning. Happy Sunday. Boy. Jordan Love. Okay, so Green Bay situation's kind of dicey right now. I'm not going to lie. So Jordan Love has his number one weapon, Christian Watson, out. He's got Romeo Doubs limited. And now his top options pretty much are Luke Musgrave and Jaden Reed. So we've got 2 rookies. Therefore, hey, Justin, you want to do me a favor and not type out your messages like you've got a crush on someone you met 2 weeks ago? 1, 2, 3, 4. What are you doing? This is how I text people. I meet a girl at a bar, and the next day I'm texting her fucking 7 messages in a row, all one word. Come on now. So you said Jordan Love, Dak, or Tua. So Jordan Love's going to be the easy out guy for me there. Again, weapons are banged up. I think they have really no choice but to just lean on the run game, and it's Chicago, so there's no chance that I am going elsewhere. There's no chance that they're going to feel like they need to air the ball out. I think Reed will make some plays. I think Musgrave will have some nice targets and stuff, but we're not going Jordan Love there. Now we have Dak against the Giants, I believe, on Sunday Night Football, and we have Tua. Here's the thing with Tua, man. I am so in on Tua. If he's the reason people don't like Tua is not because his accuracy or if he's a good quarterback or not. I think the reason people don't like Tua is because they're worried about his health. But we're talking 1 week at a time. We're talking 1 game at a time. We're talking 1 quarter at a time. And this is that quarter. This is that game. This is that week. You know, Tua might die in week 3, but it's week 1. We don't got to worry about that right now. So Tua is your play here. Not only is Jeff Wilson obviously out, Devon Achane is a healthy scratch, which is a whole nother conversation to have. But it's just Raheem Mostert and Salvin Ahmed. So Tua's going to throw the ball like 35 times. This is a Chargers offense that's going to score. This is going to be such a fun game to watch. You're definitely going Tua here. Greggy Baby. Flex spot, half PPR, Stevenson or Godwin? That's a good question. Let me break down some matchups. We got Ramondre at home versus Philadelphia. We have Chris Godwin against the Minnesota Vikings, I believe. Where is he on here? Where is he in our rankings? At Minnesota. So Ramondre's dealing with a little bit of an illness right now. You know, I don't think that should really limit him. Philadelphia's defense is very good though. I don't think I really want to overthink this one in week 1 though. Let's see what the splits look like for Tampa Bay. Let's see where Baker goes before we kind of dive right into that passing offense, which is not going to be a fruitful one. So let's go. I'm still going to go with Ramondre here. Any news on what's going on with Ramad God? You almost fucking took me out with that nickname. Yeah, so as far as I know, Ramondre he was just out with an illness, but he was back at the facility yesterday going through team meetings and stuff. So, I mean, he'll be probably less than 100%, but it's not like less than 100% with a hamstring or a fucking, like a foot injury or an ankle injury or anything like that. So I'm not overly concerned. This is a mental battle. This is a mental battle for Ramondre Stevenson, not a physical one. And I believe in Ramondre. Dude went to JUCO. Dude got suspended for drugs. Dude's been through the ringer when it comes to the mental shit. And then you got Uncle Bill teaching you the way. So I'm in on Ramondre. Let's go Ramondre here. We had a question come in from Twitter. Half point PPR, half point per first down. Start 2. Cooper, Keenan Allen, and Raheem Mostert. I'm going to go with the 2 guys in the shootout games. Keenan Allen and Raheem Mostert. Little run back action there. Raheem Mostert's going to be the dude. Raheem Mostert's going to get 16 touches if he doesn't die before then. And Keenan Allen versus Miami. I just like that. I just like the Chargers throwing the ball a ton. So those would be my 2. All right, we're going to open this bad boy up to the public. Fuck it. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my love to give, and I've got all my life to live. Bijan Robinstein is going for 250. All right, we are open to the public, I believe. Let's see if people start flooding in soon. We'll get the hot questions going. Visibility public. Ecamm, though, still says we're unlisted. I don't know if that's true or not. If anyone is new in here, oh, yep, we in here. We in here. Everybody's in here now. Now we're cooking. We fucking in here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my God. Look at the yours coming in. Nothing makes me more proud than seeing that. As just gets right into the questions, right into the heat. Tight end premium, Kincaid or Ingram? We're going Ingram here. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ingram's a stud. Trevor Lawrence is a stud. They're going to put the stud in Indy and fucking hammer him home today. Ingram, for show. Yes, sir. You know what's fucking wild? You guys might know Jack. You might not, depending on what kind of content you consume from me. But me and my friend Jack Settleman. Jack runs Snapback Sports. He went to the University of Texas. Texas played Alabama last night. He was at the game. He also put $9,000 on Texas to win straight up. They were 7-point underdogs. He won like $20K on that game last night. What a fucking psychopath. You know what else would be considered psychotic? You know what else would make you a psychopath? If you don't hit this goddamn line right now. All right? Underdog's got a free line, 0.5 yards for Saquon Barkley. Also, any new depositors, it doesn't matter when you actually listen to this, any new depositors not only get a 100% deposit match with our code BDGE, but they're giving you free squares every single time you sign up. Doesn't need to be within a time frame anymore. It's a new little special they got going on. So, Courtland Sutton or Michael Pittman. You can give me Courtland Sutton there. I like the matchup against the Raiders defense, although I do think the Broncos are on upset alert. I think if there's going to be an upset this week, it is the Raiders beating the Broncos. You heard it here first, second, and last. But if it doesn't happen, then you didn't hear it here. But I do like the fact that the targets will be condensed down to pretty much Sutton and Marvin Mims maybe, right? No Tim Patrick, no Jerry Jeudy, obviously. Love the matchup against the Raiders. Pittman, I don't like the matchup against Jacksonville. I foresee Anthony Richardson struggling relatively, so I can see Pittman going like fucking 4 for 40 or something like that. Maybe he gets in on a touchdown or something like that, but that's neither here nor here. Jacob Ohm, he says Zay Jones, Jaden Reed, Samaje Perine, and Rashad Bateman half PPR in second flex. All right, so we can get real cute here and go Jaden Reed with Christian Watson out and what's his face banged up. Romeo Dobbs banged up. Samaje Perine feels like a nice little lock for a floor play. Zay Jones, floor play as well, but probably not too high. I think I'm going to get real cute here. I actually think I'm going to go with Rashad Bateman, Jacob, in your second flex. Ain't nobody talking about Bateman, but I'm going to talk about Bateman. Bateman's that dude. Shoddy B, when healthy, when on the field, which is right now, which is right here, takes 1 week, takes one game for the rest of our lives. Assuming Mark Andrews is out, right? Like I'm almost positive Mark Andrews is out. But if for some reason they test him pregame and now he's fucking bike, a little switcheroo on us, then I will pivot off Bateman and I will probably go with Samaje Perine. If not, though, I'm going Bateman here. Should I be sticking with Dre over Raheem Mostert half PPR? I'm going to be honest. I'm irrationally high on Raheem Mostert. I think my brain says stick with Ramondre, but my heart goes Mostert there. I would not blame you for going Mostert over Dre, especially with Devon Achane a healthy scratch. That's not a good look for the Rook, by the way. That ain't a good look for the Rook. Devon Achane healthy scratch, like. Salman Ahmed, I picked them up, and if you're in a dynasty league or if you have like a luxury spot at the end of your bench in redraft leagues, go get Salvin Ahmed. Is it Ahmed? I keep saying Ahmed. I don't know if I'm being racist. I think it is, though, right? Salvin Ahmed? It's not just Ahmed. I don't know. Where else are you going to get racist streams on a Sunday morning? How's your morning going, Nick? I'm fucking dialed in. I am dialed in like a goddamn landline. I got up at 6 a.m. this morning. I almost fucking did the, what's the thing? Like when your legs flip up, like when you're on the ground flat, but you flip your legs up and you get up that way. I almost did that shit straight out of bed. I got up, went for a walk immediately, got a nice coffee, came back, made a thumbnail, made a couple thumbnails, fucking fixed up some rankings, then drank a Celsius. I'm like double, triple caffeined up right now and tucked in. You don't want to see me on a Sunday morning after a good night's sleep. Bryce is going to kill your Falcons. Bryce is going to get killed today. He'd be lucky to make it to the end of the game. Ayuk or Deontay Johnson, full PPR. Ooh, you're playing with me here. So I think the weakness for San Fran is probably their outside cornerbacks. Man, this is like they're playing each other. They kind of feel like they got the same outlook for this week. I love Ayuk as a player. I actually think Purdy's probably going to play pretty well today. I'm still going to lean Deontay Johnson here, though, in full PPR for sure. So many yours. I fucking love it. If you're in here, hit that thumbs up button. Let's go. Hit that thumbs up. We got 19 with 300 people in here. It makes me sick. Makes me suck. Ayuk or Sutton. That's where we cross the line. That's where we cross the line, my friend. We're sticking with the Yuki there. The Yuki baby. Facts. Full PPR, Superflex, Mostert, or London. I would go Mostert there. This is what I'm saying right here. Is Likely startable with the Andrews news? You think I would make a whole ass thumbnail with Isaiah Likely sitting there in the carriage and I wouldn't want to fucking start him? Hell yeah, Isaiah Likely is startable. Right now, he's probably like a top 8 tight end for me. Likely's going crazy for me. I would start Likely over Dalton Kincaid, Juwan Johnson, Chiggy. I'm not going to lie. I had a lot of questions about Pat Freiermuth and Isaiah Likely. I'm going Likely. I love Isaiah Likely. I own him in almost every league I'm in. And I'm not going to say I'm sharp for doing it. But, like, I'm just going to say if you walked into me today, you'd be walking away with a cut. I'm out here. I love Isaiah Likely. Likely over Ingram, I'm not going to go that far. Ingram's like a top 5, 6, 7-ish guy for me. I think Likely's right outside there. We don't want to push your narrative. We don't want to get political here. You know what I'm saying? Let's not get political now. Don't bring this side out in me. Oh, we got some super chats coming in. I'm going to get to y'all's. Holy fuck, we got a lot of questions. Where them chats at? Ooh. Your guys' super chats are getting so lost in the sauce right now. There we go. We got Avid Trapper. Reed, Likely, Nakua, standard, sit, start, plus stash who? All right, if we're going standard, do you need one here? If you need one, I like Isaiah Likely. I think because if you're in a standard league, here's the thing. I would say out of Reed, Likely, Nakua, they're probably all going to finish somewhere between like 35 and 55 yards. The way I would look at a problem like this where everyone, you kind of like everyone, you could make the argument for anyone in this group of 3, who's most likely to score? Probably not the Rams defense. Isaiah Likely. Baltimore's defense, he's the tight end target. He's the guy that gets targeted down there in the red zone. Their offense is made up of targeting tight ends in the red zone, i.e. Mark Andrews. So Likely would be the guy for me. I want to stash Reed and Nakua if I can. You can't stash both of them? I guess at this point, man, I like both of those guys a lot. I kind of want to see what happens with Puka in week 1 because he's got probably a nice role for at least the 4 weeks where Cooper Kupp's on the IR. When it comes to Jaden Reed, Christian Watson will probably be back next week. Dobbs is there. Luke Musgrave is there. So on a pound-for-pound basis, like Reed is definitely a better player. I like him as a wide receiver more than I like Puka. I think he's more talented. He's got the draft capital. But, we're looking short-term right now in terms of stashes. I think Puka can raise his value pretty heavily this week. Dakota, if Andrews is out, would you start Likely, Musgrave, or Ferguson? Ooh, that's a great question because I really like Fergie, but I'm going Likely there. I'm going Likely there. I'm going to lose or win so many games for people this week based on Isaiah Likely. I love this dude. Where them girls at? Ooh. Corey, Deontay Johnson or Sutton, and Likely or Njoku, 0.5 PPR. Okay, so I want to say I answered Deontay Johnson or Sutton already, but I'm going Deontay here. I'm going Deontay over Sutton. Again, I think the Niners, if they have one weakness on defense, it is the outside corners, and that's where Pittsburgh has looked really good this preseason. So I think that's probably where they try to attack. They'll probably try to shove Najee Harris up the middle for 40 fucking straight attempts, and it'll continue to be 1 yard, 2 yards, -1 yard, 4 yards over and over again until they realize I got to throw the ball to Deontay Johnson. So I'm going Johnson there. And Likely or Njoku, I have Njoku over Likely. The Cleveland Browns, I think they're going to struggle. I think they're going to struggle to throw the ball outside because since he has some nice outside cornerbacks as well, I think where you attack Cincinnati, especially with Jesse Bates now gone, their safety, is over the middle and the slot, like Elijah Moore, David Njoku type beat. So I like Njoku slightly over Likely. All right, we just had a donation, not even a question. You skipped my super chat. It's at the very top. Oh, my bad, Devin. Give me a sec to get to it. Huzzy, half PPR, Dobbs, Mingo, or Juju. Call me crazy. I kind of like Mingo. Dobbs is going to be playing limited snaps. Don't like the hamstring news. Juju is there's just no chance I would ever suggest anyone play Juju ever in the history of ever. And then Mingo, listen, we got most of their wide receivers are playing. So we have Chark out. We have Thielen and Terrace Marshall both playing, but I feel like they're going to be limited. I kind of like a breakout game from Mingo there. Ooh, who was I getting to? Sorry. Who did I miss? There we go. Pittman, Flowers, Burks, or Parker. Love the vids, by the way. Here we go. All right, so Parker has already been ruled out, so definitely don't put him in your lineup. We have Pittman against Jacksonville. Don't love it. We've got Zay Flowers against Houston. I do really like that, considering Mark Andrews is out. We've got Treylon Burks. I like Treylon Burks a lot to break out this year. Treylon Burks versus the Saints defense, though. The Saints defense, I guess, isn't what it's used to be. I just feel like this is going to be a slow pace, a low-scoring game. And I kind of want to see how Tennessee's offense plays. I kind of want to see how their passing volume is distributed between Hopkins and Burks and Chiggy, and how many carries Derrick Henry gets. It's probably going to be a lot of carries. So I'm actually, as weird as it is, I'm going to go Flowers here. I'm going to go Flowers, Devin. Colton, Likely over Goddard? No way. No way. Goddard is like my one true love. We always go Goddard. You always go Goddard. NFL's bike, you goddamn right, Jacob. Start one, full PPR. Dotson, Ayuk, Pirine. Ooh, good question. I like this one a lot. I love both Ayuk and Dotson, so I would not blame you going either. Definitely not Pirine. I wouldn't blame you going either way. I would personally go Dotson here, though. Terry McLaurin, yes, he's playing. That turf toe, I'm telling you, is going to limit him for a few weeks. That turf toe, regardless of him fully practicing, is going to limit him for a few weeks, which means Dotson is probably the one there, and they're playing against the Cardinals. So we love that matchup. Let me get to some non-super chat. I will get to the super chats after, and I appreciate you guys for sending those. You guys are the goats. But I want to show some love to the normies out here as well. Would you risk starting Waller or go with Higbee? I'm typically very pessimistic about injuries, but I think I feel okay with Waller here. Also, if you got a spot left over on your roster, or you got some shitty guy that you don't, I think a lot of you guys might be able to still drop players throughout the game. Daniel Bellinger is a pretty good option if Darren Waller doesn't go. Bellinger was like kind of good last year as a rookie, so if you If you can throw Daniel Bellinger on the end of your bench and feel okay with him, I'd be fine with that. Oh, all hell is broken loose. AJ, you didn't put a question in, my friend. Ryan Coda. Michael Thomas, Sutton, or Deontay Johnson full PPR. That's Deontay for me. I've gotten a lot of Deontay questions. A lot of people questioning Deontay Johnson, man. I don't think there's a reason to. I get it. They're going against San Fran. Great, phenomenal defense. But for the 17th time, I think the one weakness that they do have is their outside cornerbacks, which is where Deontay Johnson, separation machine. Dude is like a fucking divorce lawyer, creating more separation than them. Khalil Herbert or Javonte Williams full PPR. Ooh, this is tough. That's a tough situation to put yourself in. Here, Javonte, I'm like so hesitant to start him because of the split that we're gonna see there, and I don't know how healthy he is. Khalil Herbert full PPR makes me nervous as well. Green Bay Packers defense is kind of nice. I think I'm actually going to lean Javonte here in full PPR. We saw him get really heavily utilized in the passing game in the preseason, and with Jerry Jeudy and Tim Patrick out, he'll probably catch like 3 to 4 balls. And it's a good matchup against Raiders, so I think there's a decent chance he gets into the end zone as well. So I'll actually take Javonte there. Yo, Swift or Dotson full PPR, Elijah Moore or Breece. Okay, so Dotson for sure for the first one, and then Elijah Moore or Breece. Breece Hall is not getting into my lineup this week. There's just Breece Hall is going to be relatively an afterthought for me. I think it's going to be Dalvin Cook gets the workload for sure, and I think they ease Breece in. And it's a tough defense against Buffalo, so I don't expect much from Breece. So I'll go Elijah Moore there. Where them girl. Have to drop Mike Wilson for tight ends with Andrews out. Oh, that makes me sick. Mike. How you going to drop someone with your same name? How you going to do it? Addison or McLaurin full PPR? This is a great question. This is a great question that I want no part of, and I wish I didn't click on it. I'm going to be straight up with you. Here's how I'll break down the situation. Again, Terry, good matchup. I am worried about the toe. I am worried about the production that he can put up. Jordan Addison, really good playmaker, and I think that he will run a decent amount of routes. I am concerned that this is one of those situations. A lot of time we have a lot of talented rookie wide receivers join the team, and we just assume that their talent will push them into an immediate role. But sometimes it takes 2, 4, 8 weeks for that rookie wide receiver to really get acclimated to the lineup. And this is one of those spots where it kind of feels like KJ Osborne might run as many routes as Jordan Addison. That being said, though, I don't really want to bank on an injured player like Terry McLaurin. So all that being said, I think I go slightly into Jordan Addison there, unfortunately, but I don't love it. Tutu Atwell or Thielen and Hurst or Meyer. What the fuck? What the fuck is we doing out here? James, this better be a 25-team league. This better be a goddamn 40-team league. You better have invited everyone you've ever met in your life into this league for this to be your sit-start decisions. I am sick to my stomach looking at this shit. You make me sick. Oh my God. I guess Adam Thielen, because I'm just not going to suggest Tutu Atwell to you. And then Hurst or Michael, I'm assuming that's Michael Mayer. Give me Hayden Hurst. He's going to be a full-time player, where Michael Mayer will not be a full-time player. Maybe he gets lucky, catches an end zone, catches a touchdown in the red zone, but it's going to be Austin Hooper over Mayer. You guys love sending super chats without actually sending a question, but I appreciate you. Marquise Brown, Brandon Cooks, Jahan Dotson, keep them or sub in Puka? Okay, so you're not deciding between those guys. You are asking if Puka should go in front of any of those guys? Definitely not. I would keep all three of those guys in over Puka. I like Puka as a stash, but we have to. I like him as a stash. I like him as a talent. We got to remember he's a late pick. Jefferson's probably the 1. Tutu's probably the 2. Unfortunately, Higbee's going to catch a lot of targets. They'll try to get the run game established through Cam Akers. So it's like, and I think Seattle's defense, their defensive line, not great. Good secondary, but overall, probably try to establish it with Akers. So good stash, but let's see what happens week 1. One more, Nick. Najee or Madison, half PPR. Thank you, G. Oh, definitely Madison for me. Najee, I think, is going to struggle to get any success going against San Francisco 49ers run defense, who is fucking mwah. Their line is incredible. They just added, what's his face, from the Eagles this offseason. Was it Hargrave? That's not the right guy. Maybe it was Hargrave. I forget. It slipped from my brain. Higbee or Burks full PPR? Ooh, that's a great question. Higbee's going to go like 5 for 55. Burks, I feel like, is more of an upside play. Call me fucking nuts, but I'm actually going to go with Higbee here, I think. Actually, no. Scratch that. Literally erase that from your brain that I said that. Burks. Burks is just a talented dude. Higbee is what he is. We're out on that. We are so fucking out on that. Bro Z. I love when we get like international type beat money. Canadian 279. That's insane. I got to do the exchange rate in my head. You kind of just hit me up with a bacon, egg, and cheese right quick. That was fire. Non-PPR. So we're talking standard. We got AJ Dillon. We got Dalvin Cook. We got DeAndre Swift. We got Samaje Perine. Thanks. All right. I'm gonna go Dalvin Cook here. I think Dalvin Cook is gonna be like the main guy in that offense on Monday night. Swift, I don't really want Swift in non-PPR. Perine, we got to see the split there in Denver before I feel comfortable. And I also think he's going to be more of like a third down back, so probably catching a decent amount of passes. And then AJ Dillon, I don't know, dude. I just can't get my heart to tell you guys to start AJ Dillon, especially not over. I feel like Dalvin Cook's gonna be kind of good for like half the year, you know. That's what I'm saying. We brought out the good stuff for week 1. You think I didn't just order fucking full-ass jumpsuits, velour jumpsuits for the boys? You think I didn't just spend $650 this morning on those? That's what you thought? That's what you just said out loud? Wrong. You guys want to do some underdog slips? I want to show you my underdog slips. Like, I'm fucking excited for today. I'm excited to hit the lowers on everybody. I go Joker mode way too often on these live streams. I got to stop doing that shit. I'm going to rip through the super chats fast and then get to the underdog slips, okay? Bobby Derringer, Tay Johnson, or James Conner? Definitely give me Deontay Johnson, assuming this is some sort of PPR league. If this is some sort of PPR, Deontay. If it's straight standard, I think I might take James Conner there. I feel like I'm trekking through mud right now, trying to get to the super chats to the bottom of the chat. Cameron, let's go. Keep doing what you're doing, big dog. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you. Ryan, another one. DJ Moore and Mike Williams are Ayuk half PPR. Great question. We got DJ Moore, probably tough matchup against Jair Alexander. We got Mike Williams going against the Dolphins. I love that game. I like some explosion from the Chargers offense. Give me Mike Will made it. I'll take Mike Will over Ayuk, but I wouldn't. It would be between Ayuk and Mike Williams. Won't blame you if you wanted to go Ayuk, but I'm going to go Mike Willie. Silly Mike Willie. James Cook, Cortland Sutton, or London. Full PPR. Full PPR. Let's let James Cook rip. Let's let James Cook cook. Godwin, T, DJ Moore, pick 2 PPR for upside. Okay. Let's go with Godwin and T. I think Godwin's going to see a shitload of targets. I think T is just T. And I'm going to be honest, like, as much as I love Justin Fields this year in fantasy because he's a runner, I still want to see the Chicago Bears offense on the passing side of things execute in a real game. And the Packers are a great test. I think they're an underrated defense. So I'm going to play Godwin and T. Thank you, Jeff. Ramondre, Dobbins, Mostert, pick 2 full PPR. Ramondre and Mostert. Oh, we got to the end. All right, cool. No one send me a super chat right now. No one send me super chats. I'm trying to get to underdog slips. But remember, if you're not on Underdog yet, they've got a promo running where literally if you sign up right now, you're going to go to your app and you're going to see a 0.5 total yard square for Saquon Barkley. It's fucking free money. It is free money. There would be no reason for you not to go smash this square, okay? It's actually bad business. if you don't smash it right now. And make sure that if you sign up for Underdog, you use promo code BDGE, BDGE, and they're double whatever you put down on there, right? So if you put down 10, you're going to have 20 to play with. If you put down 20, you'll have 40, all the way up to $100. Throw 100 on there. You'll have 200, okay? And then you can go put it all on Saquon Barkley. I realize we got a couple more super chats that just popped up, and I also missed one, so I'll try to get to it. Yo, Mike Vicario, just drop in the chat. I can't find it, to be honest with you. Just drop in the chat what it was. I'll answer it for you. Last one, Project Fat. Need two. Dameon Pierce, J.K. Dobbins, Jamal Williams, and Mostert. So Mostert's probably my one in this situation. I like Jamal Williams' workload upside. However, I feel like he might fall flat just in terms of efficiency. So he might have like 17 touches for 55 yards. Does he get in the end zone? I don't know. Tennessee's run defense is actually scrumptious, so that's a little worrisome for me. He's going to be a sit for me. Now we're talking about J.K. Dobbins, Dameon Pierce. He didn't give me any scoring types. He did not give me any scoring types, so I don't really know how to differentiate the two. J.K. Dobbins obviously has the fucking premier matchup against Houston, although I think the run defense is probably underrated with all the additions that they made. Therefore, we're going to flip the script, and we're going to go Dameon Pierce. So we're going to go Dameon Pierce and Raheem Mostert for you. Rain to stop at 2 p.m. in Baltimore, whole game in D.C. Vatch from Vatch, don't tell me what to do. Vatch, I'm sending you your money back. Don't ever send me money. I will never accept your peasant money. Need one for Mikey Baby. Full PPR, Gibson, Ayuk, Akers. Ooh, I'm sitting Gibson. I like Ayuk a lot. Do we like Akers? Akers has the workload going for him because they've got nothing in that offense. He might get a lot. Ayuk. Let's not overthink this one. It's Ayuk, Mikey. All right, let's get to Underdog. Let's get to the fucking good shit over here. Boop. All right, let's look at some slips I've made already. So we've got Pick'em, we've got Live. I've made a lot of them, all right? So, trail them, don't trail them. I don't give a shit. Starting with, that one looks like a season long. Yep. I think this was the first week 1 slip that I made. How can I do half and half? Actually, you know what? Hold up. Let me put myself into a little square. That's not what the fuck I was looking to do. That wasn't it. Put me in the bottom. Put me in the bucket. What about Clay? Oh, there we go. We're cooking. We're cooking, baby. Okay, we got, what the fuck? It's making me a little smaller. Now we in here. All right, so like I said, Bijan, we had a free square on Bijan. If you go sign up right now, you'll have a free square for Saquon. Stafford, I took the under 254 passing yards. I get it. They might have a lot of volume, but Cooper Kupp, is he really hitting fucking 260? Ain't no chance. Josh Allen, lower than 267.5 passing yards. He goes against the Jets. They're such a tough defense, and he didn't hit that either time he played them last year. That feels very lockish to me. This one I took probably a week ago, so I don't know if these lines are the same. They've probably moved somewhat tremendously because I'm a tremendous square picker. And then Kadarius Toney, that was pretty fucking easy under of 32.5 receiving yards. He had a whopping 1 yard. So that's the first square I have on here. Those felt really easy. That feels like a bucket right there. So this is the one I hit with the Saquon free square. So again, if you sign up on Underdog right now with our code BDGE, they will give you a complete free square with Saquon, 0.5 total yards. Braxton Berrios. I think Braxton Berrios is probably the slot guy there. So he realistically needs to have 1 catch. I expect this is one of the highest over-unders on the slate, Miami and the Chargers. So I think Tua is probably going to throw the ball 35 times. Tyreek and Waller are going to have 20, 25 of those targets, obviously. They don't really have another passing threat. Like Durham Smythe at tight end Devontae Chain was ruled out, so it's really Raheem Mostert and Salvin Ahmed there. So I think Braxton Berrios needs to really come down with one catch, and he's probably their slot guy, so I like that. Jamal Williams with Kendre Miller and Alvin Kamara out. I don't think he's going to have an efficient game, but real 8.5 receiving yards. I get it. He didn't catch a lot of balls in Detroit last year, but do y'all remember it wasn't that long ago when Jamal Williams was the dude taking pass catching work from Aaron Jones in Green Bay? You remember that? Aaron Jones was the early down guy, and Jamal Williams would come in on third downs and take pass catching work. He's fine. He'll catch 1 or 2 balls, and he'll hit that over. Brock Purdy, 13.9 fantasy points, just feels disrespectful. Just feels really disrespectful, so we hit the over on that. We also doubled down on the Jamal Williams receiving yards, 8.5, with Alexander Madison's receiving yards at 13.5. I don't feel as great about this one. I'm not going to lie. He'll probably get like 2 to 3 targets, so he can't drop a pass. He'll need to catch both of those in order to like really make this shit work. But he's also someone who, anytime he's been like the workhorse there, has gotten a decent amount of pass catching work and has always been successful with it. So I don't know. I don't know why something just pulled me strongly to those two. Then we just hit the lowers. Then we just said, oh, everyone's so optimistic about fucking everyone. Week 1, let's crank it down a little bit. All right, we got Nico under 40.5 receiving yards. J.K. Dobbins under 73.5 total yards. Michael Pittman under 4 receptions. Mike Evans under 4 receptions. I really wish that was at 4.5. That would make me feel a lot better. And then Mostert under 81.5. Here's the thing with the two running backs. With the two running backs, I don't feel great about these. Anytime I see a line and I'm like, that's pretty high just for the start of the year. Like we don't realistically, we don't know what the split's going to be in Baltimore, right? We don't know if they're going to pass the ball a lot. We don't know if Gus Edwards and or Justice Hill are going to be involved in the ground game. So like Dobbins, sure, he probably is the one, but to start him all the way here as a yardage projection just feels a little bit high. Same thing with Mostert. Like I love Mostert, and to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if he went for like 130 yards from scrimmage. But anyone who's not like Nick Chubb or Saquon or like that type of elite talent at running back starting in the 80s for total yards typically is a smash under for me. And I look at Nico Collins, I'm just like, what has the Houston passing offense done that makes me feel like he's going to be the leader here? Michael Pittman, I expect Anthony Richardson to struggle, so even if like 4 balls feels like a lot, and Richardson will probably throw the ball like 25 times. So we got 2 more slips. Elijah Moore, I took the over on 4.8 fantasy points. That's half PPR. So if he catches 3 balls for 35 yards, that's the over there. I'm not expecting a monster day, but I feel like he can hit 5 fantasy points. I think Cincinnati, again, their weakness is up the middle. It's covering slot wide receivers. It's covering tight ends, especially, again, with Jesse Bates, the GOAT, now in Atlanta. I look at the outside cornerbacks, and they're good. I think they're going to give Cooper and DPJ probably a little bit of a tough time. So I like Elijah Moore getting over 4.8 fantasy points. And then Mixon, 85.5. I get Cleveland's run defense was abysmal last year, but they added so many pieces on that defense. They have guys coming back full health. They added safeties. They added dudes at every level, defensive line, linebacker, safety spot, that are good run defenses, good run defenders individually. So Mixon, I get it. Like he might get 25 touches in this game and I might look like an idiot, but 85.5 for a dude that I don't really think is that talented and offers like very little big playability. Get me the fuck out of there. And the last flip, he's at Akers. 85.5 total yards is so fucking high. It's so high for Cam Akers. He's had like 4 good games in his entire NFL career. And don't get me wrong, like I like him as a player for the year. I'm fine with him on my team. But to start him out, who knows? What happens if Kyron Williams is the third down back? What happens if Kyron Williams takes all the 2 and 4 minute drills? That is a huge portion. So now we're just assuming Akers can rack up 5 yards per carry on 18 carries. I'm out on that. Deion Jackson, I also think this is kind of like wishful thinking. He was pretty terrible on the ground last year. He'd have some games where he caught a ton of balls where I think could be his one out here. Like if Jacksonville gets up big, then Indy needs to throw the ball out. But Evan Hull is also a good pass catcher. I know Zach Moss is out. Jonathan Taylor's obviously out. So Jackson should be in for a lot of work. But I could also see him getting 14 touches for like 50 yards. Brock Purdy, way more mobile than giving credit for. 4.5 rushing yards is disrespectful. Alexander Madison, another one, again, where like Tampa Bay's defense is not that bad. Like they're kind of a good run defense, if not like a very good run defense. So again, my kind of like North Star with running backs is like if you're not an elite talent level and your over under is in like the 80 fucking yard range, we're gonna hit the under and we're gonna do it spicy for you. All right. So those are my slips for underdog in the main slate at least. And I'll post these in Discord if you guys want. So if you want to see the slips like as they happen for Sunday Night Football, for Monday Night Football, etc., join the Discord. It's free to join. It's down below. And I hope that was helpful. I believe we're also live on the NFL trivia channel, on the BDGE trivia channel. Can anyone confirm that? I know they're getting set to get up there and get live. So we'll probably end this stream within the next like 5-10 minutes. And then I'll probably jump in there with those guys to do the trivia, some underdog slips, some more sit-start stuff. Lane was good. He said, I need 2 full PPR, Akers, Sutton, James Cook. Okay, this is where I'd be comfortable throwing Akers into my lineup. I think I'm going to take both of the running backs here. I think I'm going to take both Akers and James Cook, Lane. I like Sutton, but everyone simmer down. Thomas Fife. How do I become a Big Dog member? Oh, okay. All right, so the beginning of this stream every week is going to be private just for a very exclusive group of people that are Big Dog members. So in order to be in there, and it's only like 5-10 people asking questions, so you're definitely get your question answered in that case. We actually, as a company, just hired, but long story short is right now you cannot, okay? So if you're looking to sign up, it's actually not available. Anyone who's grandfathered in is part of the group right now. We just hired a CTO, a Chief Technology Officer, which I literally couldn't be more excited about because I want to be obsessed with product. I want to make sure that you guys, when you buy something, whether a product or service from us, it is fucking crispy, technically, and just from a value standpoint. And I've been doing that pretty much all on my own. Not all on my own. We've had developers come in and out over the last couple of years, here and there. But I want someone who is professional level, like senior software developer type fucking beat to come in here and make sure you guys are hooked the fuck up. So we hired someone, my good friend JL, John Luke. You might know him from Front Yard Fantasy. He is coming in to be our CTO, like full-time position. And we are building out kind of from scratch the membership again so that we're doing it right this time. And we hope to have that live for you guys so you can sign up by the end of this upcoming week. So for right now, not available, but I promise big fucking things in the tech and product department for us are on their way. Otherwise, though, I mean, you could always hit us up on Twitter. Like the fucking interns, JMO and Gut, are always answering questions. So if you want to tweet at them or drop comments on the YouTube videos or Twitter or whatever, that is it. So you just got to sit tight right now if you're not grandfathered into the Big Dog membership because we turned off the ability. That's how strongly I believe in this. I turned off. We have people that want to pay us. You guys want to go out of your way to pay us money? And I'm like, no, I don't even want your money. And you're not Vatch. Vatch, I turn that shit down easily just because I don't respect him at all. But on a non-personal level, I want to make sure that when we reboot this thing live, it's fucking beautiful for you. What else we got going on here? Thoughts on starting Flowers as third flex this week? I'm fine with it, man. With Andrews out, I mean, some dudes got to eat in that offense. I like Likely. I actually would start everyone except for Odell. Fuck Odell. I'll never start him. He'll have one big week. It'll be this week. I'll look like an asshole. Someone's going to clip this, drag me through the goddamn mud. I'm fine with Flowers. I'm fine with Rashad Bateman. I'm fine with Isaiah Likely. Obviously, it would depend on who your other options are, but I'm cool with either of them. Great matchup. I'm excited to see what Lamar in this offense does. Non-football, but songs, albums you've been on this summer. Thank you for that question. Sometimes I just get into like blackout mode. So what I normally do is I listen to like New Music Friday pretty much every week on Spotify, and then I pull any song that I kind of get obsessed with into a playlist that I just call Now. I don't know if there are any like full albums I've really been rocking with much this summer. I did like Jack Harlow's album. I feel like he came back strong. One of my favorite fucking bands. I just discovered this band a couple months ago called 49th and Main. They're like, I love like indie pop. Indie pop is like my favorite fucking type of music. 49th, so the numbers 49th and Main. They're like a band out of Ireland, I think. Their songs Human Condition, Habits, and The Upside Down. I'm like fucking obsessed with that band. I messaged them on Instagram. They fucking don't hit me back. Those motherfuckers. Now I know how you guys feel when I don't answer. I like indie pop. I like hip hop a lot though. That's my shit. Eden Sun, Ramondre Jamal in 2 leagues, 0.5 in standard. See, here's the I do have Ramondre kind of clearly ranked above, but when I have multiple leagues and I have the same decision to make, I typically split the difference. I typically go with like one and the other. I feel like more often than not, if you try to double down on something that you feel strongly about, you end up kind of kicking yourself in the ass. So I think the smart move here would be Ramondre in 0.5 PPR leagues and then Jamal in standard leagues. But I don't blame you for wanting to go Ramondre double time. I'm just telling you what I would most likely do. Because I could see Ramondre catching 5 passes, but I could also see Zeke getting in on the goal line and taking that goal line work, which would be hugely problematic in a standard league. Jakey Baby, half PPR, Dulcich, Kincaid, Likely, Addison, MC, or Bateman. This is crazy. You got to choose from all 6 of those dudes. So Addison's out for me. Dulcich is out for me. Kincaid's going to be out for me. So that leaves Likely, MT, or Bateman. Bateman, for the most part, is probably out for me. Well, I was going to say MT, actually. MT would basically be out for me, but the Tennessee matchup is so good. I do think it's going to be a slow-paced game, though, with not a ton of passing attempts. So for me, it's down to one of the Baltimore guys. Bateman, we haven't really seen him on the field much. But Likely, I feel really strongly that Likely is going to be like a playmaker for Baltimore. So, again, we ride or die with Likely this week, man. Fuck it. Fuck it. We go Likely. Full PPR, Pierce or Akers. Ooh. The fucking battle of the shitty team RBs. I'm going to go Dameon Pierce, man. I'm just going to ride with my guy. I'm going to ride with the dude that I really believe in. Let's go D. Pierce. Mikey Baby, just want to say, Nick, that I'm happy for your success with pulling me into your channel with your confidence and knowledge, which is what I think is helping continue your success to this day. Yeah, my confidence is definitely sky high. You got to be confident if you're going to be giving out a ton of wrong takes, you know? If you be just talking bullshit all day, you got to at least do it confidently. Otherwise, no one's going to believe you. But I appreciate you, Mike. Thank you. Mostert or Miles Sanders in flex, can't choose. I'm going Mostert here. Mostert is like a must. He's on the must start line. He's the most must start player that's not super fucking obvious. Wow, we got 600 people in here, huh? It's watching me real time being a fucking dickhead. All right. I'm actually going to dip out of here. We're almost at the hour mark. I will keep y'all posted if any of y'all want to be Big Dog members. We do a private Q&A by itself every Saturday, too, with only those members. So if you want to ask me a question on Saturday, we'll do that. And then on Sunday when the stream starts as well. So you got multiple times to get in and ask me questions if you're a Big Dog member. The sign up for that will be soon. I will drop in the Discord any updates and on Twitter as well. So make sure you're in the Discord. It's free to join. It is linked down below. Thank you for anyone who threw a super chat in here. Thank you for anyone who just came in here, hit the thumbs up, and just hung out with us on Sunday morning. We are going to transition to the live. We have another live stream going on in the office right now. So go on YouTube. In the search bar, type in BDGE NFL Trivia. We got a trivia channel going on that's rocking right now. So go subscribe to the trivia channel over there, and I believe they're live right now. So I'm going to go dip into the other podcast studio room, and I'll see y'all in about 5 minutes. I love you. Have a great fucking week 1. Bijan Robinson,